Hey folks, Mike again with Patriot Ridge Farm. So we finally got some action going on here on the mine site. So this is the two pipes. Actually that second pipe over here to the left, the green one, I didn't even realize was there. I don't think they did either till they dug into it. So this is the water that heads out into the first pond. Now they've knocked down the dam down here, the spillway, to allow more of that water to run out. I guess to just kind of lower the level of that pond. And I've only been down here like twice in the last couple weeks just because of everything else I got going on. So they significantly lowered the level of this pond. They came in and opened up. Now this is going to be the diversion ditch, and they're using pipe. You see the big stack of pipe over here. So what they'll do is they'll put a couple 90s on this right here and catch this water and bring it this way. Now if they do, I think they're probably going to do here what they did up here, and I'll show you this what I mean. So they dug this down, and I'll just walk along here. Of course, I have to dig a little deeper as they go farther this way to stay with the grade. Now this was the concrete channel that came into the top end of the side of the pond here. They've just essentially dammed this up. Now this diversion ditch ends right here, and I think they're just going to lay a fabric down there, and I'll show you up here in this next ditch what I mean by that, just to divert the water temporarily. So it ends right here. This is dammed up. So I don't know if this is just like a little temporary overflow or just where they stopped right here. And this is still that concrete channel. Right there is where the water comes out for that concrete channel. And right now there's nothing running out of it. But they laid this pipe in here. So nothing coming out of those. But it looks like they're catching water here somewhere. Actually, it looks like it's just coming right out the side of the hill. It is. Now, as clean as that is, I'd be hard pressed to say that's mine water, because it's really clean. You don't have the orange staining you do up here, so that just may be mine water right there. There's part of the original plastic that they put down, the ground cover and stuff, to kind of seal things off. So that more likely is mine water there. Anyways, it's catching into that pipe. Comes out here. Or there's a seep here. You can definitely tell that's mine water. There's no mistaking that because of the orange staining. But it comes from over here. If I fall, you get to see it. Hi, Mama.
Huh.
All right. So it runs down to here. This is the original pipe that came out of the side of the hill here that ran down into those stone baskets. You can see the wire lane right here where it just kind of flowed down through those and into the wetland. But what they did here is they laid this non-permeable plastic type stuff down, put some limestone in it, and right now this is a temporary diversion of the water. The funny thing is that water looks clean. There's no orange settling out in it yet because it's pretty new. And it just runs all the way down through there. So they're diverting it away from the wetlands, and this wetland, other than this pool right here, hardly has any water in it except for where it's coming in up here at the other, from the other end, and it's just a small channel that runs down through there, and I'll show you that. So this is part of the diversion process to get the water away from the ponds and the wetlands. And like I said, looking at that water, you really wouldn't know right offhand if that was even mine water. All right. All right, so there's nothing running into the upper part of this wetland now. There might be just a little trickle of some water left in there, but it's pretty much just channeled right now. And there's a whole lot less water in there. So where it comes in, right here behind this excavator, where it runs down from that next wetland, it's just coming in there, and it's just pretty much covering just this much right now. And then of course it's going under the road here and down into this wetland. And as they continue to do the diversion of the water from all the way up there, they've already got this diverted. They just need to divert the water away from that first pond up there, the collection settling pond, and it'll all go right past it. And then all this water will eventually, what doesn't continue to flow out, there'll be nothing feeding it anymore. And you can see how this just kind of, where it hits here, but the overflow kind of meanders here. So I would say probably by the end of this week, there will be no more water flowing into these wetlands or ponds. And they'll drain out as they are with what's left in them. And the rest of it will dry up eventually, because we've had no rain. I mean, we've had a little bit of rain, but in more than a month, we haven't had anything substantial or even sustainable at this point. Amazing how dry it gets. So they brought in another dozer. They've got 3 excavators here now instead of the 2 they originally had. They started bringing in some more rock. They've got more silt fence up, because this will be an active area over here as well. Now, as they dredge out these wetlands and these ponds, all of the stuff that's in here, they'll dig out a big hole up here and just kind of dump it in there and let it settle and dry out. They've moved up a bunch of dirt over here, so I don't know if that's just from leveling or if they've actually started. They put a longer pipe in here, crossover culvert. They extended it another 20 feet to be able to get the equipment in here. They've got them a dump track truck. Yeah, that's just dirt from where they've leveled up over here. So things are moving along. It's going to be a long project, like I said, as they get that water finished, the diversion of the water, and get things moving. They excavate these ponds, get these ponds dredged out. Then they're going to have to start filling them in with rock. And then I would assume after that, they'll start up here on this meta to start getting their fill. Of course, they got to dig a big area up here to put all the sludge and stuff they pull out of here into that. And as it dries out, it'll allow it to drain a little bit. As that stuff out of these wetlands and ponds dries out, they'll probably just scoop it back up once it's dry and bring it up and just put it over the site and then cover it up. So it's just iron stained dirt is basically all it is, and silt. So more progress as it moves along. Got a lot done since I was down here last. I think Sunday was the last day I was down here, and today's Wednesday. So they've done really good. Anxious to see how this progresses. All right, guys, I will leave you at that. And as more and more happens, I'll keep you guys on the informed side. Stay prepared, stay free. God bless y'all.